and try to get some momentum going locally. But after, I think in September, we had the Brownsville rally. We kind of decided to back off that, and I'm trying to talk to this. We kind of decided to back off that because really, like people have said before, there's a lot of preaching to the choir involved with any action that takes place on the border. I mean, it's just sort of a no-brainer. Nobody wants this thing. So when we realized that, and we realized that DHS was willing to really snub our border mayors and our state reps and our state senators and even our congressmen. I mean, the congressmen down on the border have been very supportive of all the anti-wall stuff that we've been doing. When we realized that, we knew we had to kind of make an attempt at getting the message out nationally. And the way that we've worked on that is to try to be like a brain trust. We've tried to, my husband and several other people have read all of the EISs, okay, from front to back. And we've created a comment guide so that people can look at the environmental impact statements, which are terrible, which are just slipshod documents that were created by a contractor just to, you know, get the money for doing it. I mean, they were trying to please their client, which was the federal government. So they have terrible things in there that were just sort of stuck in there haphazardly. Like, for instance, did you know that they actually claim that the border wall will contribute to traditional family values? So that's just that's a quote, and it's actually, I think it's been carried over because after they did the Rio Grande Valley environmental impact statement, they cut and pasted just huge chunks into all of the other environmental impact statements that they did, and sometimes forgot to change like the name of the city and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty bad. So what we've tried to do is bring awareness to that via the listserv and via elected officials. I mean, I fax any information that I get. I try to spend time faxing to all the mayors and city commissioners and county commissioners, and basically try to give people knowledge of what DHS is doing. I guess kind of trying to be like the expose, you know, do the kind of expose. So that's what we're working on now. The other thing that we're working on, or maybe I should. The other thing that we're working on now is in the packet I passed out. What's been proposed now, and it was proposed by Hidalgo County Judge Salinas, is to make that they need levies. They need new levies. They're in danger of being certified as a flood zone, so that's going to increase everybody's need. They need to buy insurance. So the government has not fully funded our levies. You would think that with things like Hurricane Katrina and us living in a hurricane zone, that they would want to fund the levies because you know who it's going to come back to if there is a hurricane and there's catastrophic flooding. But they didn't. So what they've done is they've created this deal whereby they're changing the levees into solid concrete walls. So if you were able to look at the environmental impact statement, they talk a lot about